Before we dive into this analysis of Paris Saint-Germain's incredible transformation, I want to ask you, football fan, don't forget to like this article and subscribe to our channel/site/profile. It really helps us keep bringing high-quality content, in-depth analyses, and exclusive information from the football world. If you love football and want to stay updated on everything, your like and subscription are essential. Now, let's get into the main issue: how PSG changed for the better after the departure of its biggest stars. The departure of Kylian Mbappé from Paris Saint-Germain to Real Madrid marked the end of an era and, at the same time, the beginning of a new cycle for the French club. Mbappé wasn't the only one who left Paris in recent years. Neymar returned to Santos to close cycles and look for new motivations, while Messi chose to take a new direction in his career at Inter Miami. At first glance, these changes could have seemed like a blow for PSG, which had gotten used to relying on the individual talent of its superstars. But something different happened. With the stars gone, the team had to reinvent itself. The weight of massive personalities, the pressure for individual brilliance, and the constant narrative built around football's most expensive names gave way to a stronger, more united, and more determined collective. Donnarumma, goalkeeper and one of the leaders of this new PSG, revealed that the mentality inside the locker room changed dramatically after Mbappé's departure. "Our mentality has changed. Now we're a better team. We miss Kylian Mbappé. He's one of the best players in the world and a great friend. But the group at PSG became very united," said the Italian goalkeeper. Without the spotlight on megastars, PSG's squad had to look within for alternatives and invest in strengthening their group dynamic. Players like Vitinha, Dembélé, Marquinhos, and Doyu shouldered more responsibility. Young talents gained space, and the coaching staff worked to build a more united, tactically disciplined, and mentally strong football. The result of this strategic shift was the team's visible evolution in this season's UEFA Champions League. PSG shed the image of being a title contender merely because of famous names and started showing game after game an admirable collective effort. It's no exaggeration to say that, without the pressure to live up to individual expectations from the superstars, the rest of the squad found their voices and seized the spotlight. New leaders emerged from where there were once supporting players. In reaching the Champions League final again, PSG is showing the football world that it is indeed possible to thrive without solely relying on individual brilliance. The team has grown, adapted, and demonstrated a level of game maturity rarely seen in recent years. It would be unfair to talk about this new phase without acknowledging the impact and importance that Mbappé, Neymar, and Messi had in Paris. Their years at the club elevated PSG's standard in terms of marketing, global visibility, and achievements. Mbappé, in particular, broke historic records and left his mark on the club's history. However, the natural wear and tear of cycles came to an end. Renewal became inevitable, and the departure of the superstars created space for a new PSG, lighter and, surprisingly, more efficient. Without the burden of favoritism centered around just three names, pressure was spread out. The locker room grew closer, as Donnarumma highlighted, and the team strengthened its winning mentality, proving that a united squad can overcome even the absence of some of the greatest talents of the century. This season's run to the Champions League final proves that PSG has found a new path to success. The team clicked, started playing with collective ideas and values, and showed that unity can be just as powerful as individual brilliance. The future looks promising. Young players are being valued. There's a modern footballing philosophy, and everyone in the squad has a chance to step up. Driving this evolution on and off the field is the realization that Paris Saint-Germain is more than just the big names that sell shirts. The PSG of superstars paved the way, but the PSG of the collective is now winning hearts and results. If you've made it this far, don't forget to leave your like, share this text, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates about this new giant of European football. Let's keep following this story as it unfolds.